Hello, I'm Amy Wolf. Thank you for joining me for a lovely wind down flow. So oftentimes at the end of the day, maybe we've been working all day, been really active all day, and we step into the transition of trying to get our bodies, our minds into a more restful, calming, detached state. It's really helpful to take yourself through a nice, gentle flow. Let your muscles twist, bend, open, stretch, and release so you can bring yourself to a nice state of relaxation. Even better, get in the bath before you do this as well. We're going to begin in child's pose. Take your knees wide, hips towards your heels. Sink back, melt right down into the ground. Let your forehead drop down to the mat. Separate your shoulders and slide them up by your ears, down your back, and just let them drop in. If you need to support your head because it can't comfortably come down to the ground, you can go ahead and do that by placing a block or a bolster underneath your forehead. Start by filling the backside of your body with breath and awareness. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Inhale deeply and fully. Feeling your lymph nodes at your hips compress. Your hip flexors get a beautiful release. Breathe into your upper back, your mid back, your low back. Gently let go. And one more deep, full inhalation all the way down to the tip of your tailbone. As you exhale, see if you can drop in, melt in, sink in a little more. Walk your arm bones over to the right. Stretch through your left pinky all the way through your left hip. Keep relaxing your shoulders. Keep dropping your forehead, really letting your mind, the center of your mind, ground down. Soak up a little earth energy. Breathe into the whole left seam of your body. Exhale, let it go. Deep, slow, conscious breath in. And out. Walk your hands over to the left now. Stretch through your pinky on your right hand all the way through to the pinky toe on the right seam of your body. See if you can take your breath from pinky to pinky. Filling all the nooks and crannies and spaces on the right side of your body with a little awareness, with a little breath, with a little love and attention too. Give me one more inhale. Walk your hands back to center. Climb up onto your hands and knees. We'll just take a moment to arch and curl through your spine. Find a little fluidity from the crown to the tip of your tailbone. Peel your shoulders back, open through your throat. Exhale, round and hollow out. We'll do it one more time. Drop your belly, open up. Exhale, round and hollow. Good. Thread your heart through. We're going to melt right on down to the mat. Peel your shoulders back, point your toes, peel up into Cobra Pose. Let your forehead melt down to the mat. Slow, deep, big inhale. Lengthen up, peel your shoulder blades down your spine. Slowly lower down. Again, lengthen up, rise up. Take your gaze over your right shoulder. Come back through center and gaze over your left shoulder. Come back through center. Breathe in, peel your shoulders back a little more. Drop your forehead to the mat. Climb onto your hands and knees. We'll melt right back into child's pose. Give me a deep in-breath here and a deep out-breath here. Roll up into cat. Slide your heart down and through your hands. A little earth salutation. Point your toes. Roll your shoulders back. Rise up. Breathe in. Forehead to the mat. Breathe out. Climb up onto your hands and knees. And melt back into child's pose. We'll do one more round of this big deep breath into your side ribs and your side body. Exhale, contract all the way. Round up in through cat. Thread your heart down and through. Let your elbows hug in. Point your toes. Peel up and expand into Cobra. Exhale, forehead to the mat. Rise up once more, back into child's pose. Give me a big in-breath and a big out-breath. Round up through cat. Let's find a nice stable table, stacking your wrists underneath your shoulders and your knees under your hips one more time. Let's take your right arm to the sky, stretch through your fingers, maybe a few stretches through your shoulder girdle, and change direction. Take your arm overhead, feel your rings expand. Thread the needle, come down and through. Take your cheek and ear to the mat. Slide your left hand overhead. Peel your left hip back. Now you may be fine just here. If you want to add a little more, let's slide the left foot out to the side. Peel your hip back. Really use the inseam of your foot to anchor in so that you can twist your heart to the sky. We're really targeting this beautiful space right behind your shoulder blades, behind our heart center. See if you can breathe in. Breathe out so that with your breath, you're untying the knots that are gathering behind your heart space. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath in. Keep your foot where it is. Climb onto your hands and knees. We're going to take a few more rounds of cat and cow. Drop your belly, lift up, open up. Exhale, round and hollow out. Drop your belly, expand. Feel this nice stretch through the inseam of your body. Exhale, round and hollow out. One more time, lengthen out. Round and hollow, roll all the way up to stand on your base leg. We'll stretch your arms up and overhead. Let your left hand drop down. Just feel a big, beautiful side body stretch down the whole right seam of your body. Maybe take your gaze to the sky. Breathe in. Stretch and twist as you breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath here. Good. Let's bring your hands down. Slide your right foot in and sit back and take a seat. Bring your right foot to the inseam of your left leg. Let's take your arms overhead, big full body stretch. Twist and rotate over your thigh and fold in. Now pause here, just lengthen out. Feel a nice long flat back. Exhale, fold, soften. Let your forehead drop down towards your knees. Peel up, lengthen up, open through your chest. Exhale, fold in. One more time, breathe in, stretch up. Exhale, fold. Rise all the way up. Good. We'll take your left hand right onto your left leg. Stretch up and over. Good. Beautiful stretch on the whole right seam of your body. Take your gaze to the sky. Feel your heart spiral open. Maybe take your gaze down. Feel a beautiful stretch in through your side ribs, your neck. Inhale, maybe bend your elbow this time. Open up. Exhale, stretch overhead. Inhale, peel open. Exhale, stretch over. One more time, breathe in and stretch over. Now rise up, plant your hands. We'll bend your left knee now for Mermaid Pose. Inhale, stretch, come up onto your knees. Exhale, come down. Feel your right arm lift. Lift your gaze to the sky. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise up. Let your hips come forward. Your eyes go up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, right arm goes up. Maybe even bend your elbow here if you wish. Exhale, lower it down. Up to your knees. Breathe in. Exhale, come down. Rise up. Give me one more beautiful cycle like that. Inhale, up to your knees. Hips come forward. Heart lifts high. Exhale, come on down. Good. We're going to work on a little side body twist. So lengthen up. In this mermaid pose, I want you to twist your upper body over your right thigh. So lift up, maybe back up your hips an inch or two so you're sitting nice and tall in your body. Now ease forward onto your forearms. Lower your hips down. Rotate your torso over your right thigh bone. Breathe in here. Let your heart come through. Exhale, you can stay or separate your elbows and drop your forehead down to your fingers. Take a few deep cycles of breath, really targeting this area and through the kidneys, the haunches of the hips. Breathe in there. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe. Feel your shoulders soften, your heart soften. One more cycle of breath. Gently let it go. Rise up nice and slow. Sit tall. Let's cross your left leg over your right thigh for half load at the vicious pose. You want to make sure that both sit bones are anchored down to the ground like little prongs on an iPhone. So lift, plug in, hug your left in nice and tight. Your left thigh, your left knee. Lengthen up through your spine and gently twist over your left shoulder. You can just keep hugging this leg in, or if you feel like you can twist more, you can take your tricep over your thigh bone. Use it as a little stable resistance as you lengthen up, and then twist over your left shoulder. Give me a nice lengthening in breath and twisting out breath. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Breathe in. And counter twist. Sit up nice and tall. Lengthen through your spine. Let your shoulder blades slide together. Then twist over your right shoulder. Breathe in. Twist open. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Big breath in. Unwind. Good. Let's separate your legs. Uncross your legs. Bring the soles of your feet together. Back up the bus a little bit. Lengthen through your spine. Grow nice and tall. Exhale. Fold in. Inhale. Lengthen nice and tall. Exhale. Round. Hinge. Let your forehead drop towards your toes. One more time. Peel up. Let your heart come forward. Exhale. Round. Fold. We'll stay for a few cycles of breath. Inhale. Exhale. See if you can breathe right down into your sacrum, into your tailbone. Exhale. One more deep breath in. And let it go. Roll up, around up. Roll over your feet. Come back onto your hands and knees. We're going to do the other side. Nice stable table to begin. Ground down. Take your left arm up. We'll take a few stretch through your shoulder girdle. Really press strongly through your arm bone. Maybe change direction. Now stretch up. Feel the expansion of your chest. Thread your left arm under and through. Take your right arm up and over. And here from the back side, you can see me slide my shoulder blades down my spine. Peel my right hip back. Slide your right leg out. And really peel and anchor yourself open towards the sky. If you want, you can even lift this right hand. Let it thread behind you. Breathe in. Breathe out. See if you can breathe all the way down into your sacrum. In breath. Really powerfully, mindfully send your breath everywhere in your body that you feel like you need it to go. Big breath in. Exhale. One more in breath. And unwind. Keep your right leg where it is. Climb onto your hands and knees. Just get stable in through your core. Drop your belly, open up. Exhale, round and hollow out. Drop your belly, open up. I'm going to turn a little bit so you can see me. Exhale, round and hollow out. Drop your belly, lengthen. Round and hollow out. Come to a nice big opening one last time. Round and rise all the way up to stand on your leg. Sweep your arms all the way up. Take a breath in. Let your right arm drop down. We're just going to breathe down the whole left seam of your body. So inhale. Exhale, twist. Can you relax your shoulders? Inhale a little taller, a little longer, and through your left fingers. And see if you can drop your shoulders and twist your chest to the left a little more. Give me another in-breath. Another out-breath. One more time, breathe in. Let's take your hands down. Slide your left foot under. Take your booty back. Find a seat. Good. Flex your toes. Bring your foot right to the inseam of your thigh. Let your arm bones float up. Rotate your body over your right thigh bone and fold in. Let your head go. Now lengthen and strengthen through your core and your spine. Open up. Exhale, fold in. Feel the nice breath in. Notice as you lengthen how you feel the weight and the tension shift to your hamstring. And as you exhale, you feel it really shift to the outer haunches of your hips and your rotators. Let's do that one more time. Lengthen up. Exhale, fold. Good. Now rise all the way up. Turn your body. Let's let your right hand slide down your leg. Let your left arm stretch up and over. Breathe in. Exhale, peel open. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, peel open. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, peel open. One more time, all the way up. All the way open. Rise up. We're going to come into Mermaid Pose. So slide your right leg behind. Let's anchor your left foot here. Take your left hand down. Bring your hips forward. Come onto your knees. Stretch and rise. Open up. Exhale, come down. Lift your left arm up and over. Feel a beautiful side body stretch. Why are we working on our side body? Working our side body because this is where the liver meridians run through your body. So when we are overstressed, overworking, overstudying, overreading, overcomputering, this is where we feel it, right? These are the channels that get clogged up. So in East Asian medicine, you hear a lot about liver qi stagnation. This is where that happens. Good. One more time. Rise up, stretch, and grow. Exhale, lower down. Nice job. Lengthen upward. We're going to twist, anchor. Walk your torso so that we're really trying to twist and wring out our body as much as we can. Really becoming parallel over your left thigh bone. Walk your body forward. So we're not folding in. We're lengthening out, coming down to your forearms. Okay? Lengthen here, shoulders back. You can stay here, taking some deep breaths in and out. If you feel like you can go a little deeper, elbows wide, forehead to your fingers. Take a few deep breaths right around the top of the ilium, the iliac crest. Breathe in there. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Stay here for 2 cycles of breath. Just trying to create space as you breathe in. And then surrender and take up that space as you exhale. One more breath in. And let it go. Slowly rise up. Swing your right leg around. Place it over your left thigh. Lift, re-anchor, re-plug in your sit bones. Hug your left shin bone, your left knee in nice and close. And bring your chest to meet and kiss your thigh. Good. Right arm twist behind you. Lengthen up. If you feel like you can use more, you can use your tricep. Breathe in, twist over your right shoulder. So literally, we are wringing ourselves out with our day. Every exhale, you're just twisting and wringing out a little more. Good. Imagine your breath in is like water filling up a sponge. Every breath out is just wringing that sponge out. One more in-breath. Counter twist to the other side. Sit up nice and tall, lengthen, and then twist. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Twist a little more. One more in-breath. Unwind, come back to center. This time we're going to extend our legs long. Flex your toes. Back up the bus a little bit, sit up tall. Exhale, hinge forward at your hips. Then let your upper body round. Let yourself drop in. Lengthen up to a flat back. Come about halfway up. Feel your heart thread through. Exhale, melt, round, soften. Good. 2 more. Inhale, lengthen. Breathe. Exhale, fold, soften. One last time, breathe in. Soften, hold, stay. Give me a big in-breath. And a big out-breath. Inhale. Exhale. One last time, breathe all the way deep into your hips, your low back. Let it go, roll up slow and steady. And maybe you want to hinge forward or reset. We're going to roll down onto our backs. Take a full body stretch when you arrive. Hug your right knee into your chest, give it a squeeze, move around, and change direction. And then take your knee up and over your body for a supine twist. You can bump the hips over slightly to the right. Take your left arm out like a wing. And slowly gaze over your right fingers. So we're feeling this beautiful spanda energy through your spine. Right? The energy in our body, it flows in a helix, right? Like the double helix of our DNA. So as we are really trying to clear the meridians, open up the channels, bring ourselves back to a place of balance and rest, we want to feel and notice and bring our body back into this lovely spiraled energy flowing state. See if you can drop your right shoulder a little more, really surrender to gravity. Breathe into your right chest. Through your right forearm and your fingers. One more inhale. Unwind. Slowly lower your right leg down. Draw your left knee into your chest, give it a squeeze. Gently move around through your knee. Often when we are stagnant throughout the day, we feel that in our lymph nodes, right? Our lymph nodes underneath our armpits and our hips change direction. And our lymphatic system cannot drain on its own. We have to move that lymph through our body. Good, squeeze in nice and tight. Take the knee up and over your body, a little bump of the hips to the left, and then your left arm comes out like a wing. Settle and melt into gravity. Breathe in the entire chest wall on your left side. Our yin is what gets depleted when we overwork. That is everything that is running in the anterior side of the body, even through the inside of our forearms, all of our delicate spaces and places. Breathe in, nurture them. Nourish them. Love them up with your breath and your mindfulness. Give me one more beautiful in-breath to your fingertips. Unwind onto your back. Happy baby, bend your knees. You can catch onto your ankle bones or your shins, or the tops of your feet. You're going to let your thighs come wide, the outer ribs, your shoulders anchor down, and your tail drop. We don't want the tail lifting. Anchor it in. Gently rock from side to side. Massage your sacrum and your low back. Maybe even play around like a baby would, moving through one leg extension and the other. And really getting involved now on the inseam, right? The inseam of our body. This is the liver channel. The gallbladder channel runs on the exterior, outer seam of our body. Liver runs on the inside. Breathe in and then just drop in, open up. Give me one giant in-breath here. Hug your knees into your chest. Just take a moment to be grateful for just one thing today. It can be something little, it can be something big. Gently melt into your final posture of Shavasana, Corpse Pose. This is our prep for going to sleep. So let's tuck your shoulder blades underneath you. You can windshield wiper your feet. Let them fall open. If you'd like to pad your knees with a little bolster, a pillow, that's a great option too. Let your arm bones open. Lengthen through the back of your neck. See if you can just enjoy a few moments of stillness, peace and quiet. Maybe you're noticing the thoughts of your mind, the space between your ears, the muscles of your face. See if you can relax the muscles in your throat, bones of your arms. Notice your heartbeat, your belly rise and fall. Your sacrum anchored, your leg bones heavy. Your toes light. Give me a nice, long, slow breath in. Let it go. Take a full body stretch, float your arms overhead. Gently curl onto one side and take your time to slowly move up to a seat. Eyes closed, hands at your heart. Thank you for winding down with me today. I'm so grateful. Draw your thumbs to your forehead center. Take in one last breath. Namaste.